They say in gambling and in Vegas, the house always wins. And it's because the house always wins. You're never going to outsmart Vegas. You're just not. But sometimes they are wrong. So what we're doing today is we're going to look at the predictions at the beginning of the year and who Vegas and who some of the top analysts thought would be in the Super Bowl and who had the best chance to win the Super Bowl. I just want to say thank you guys all so much for the support lately. If everyone kills the like button right now, can we get 3,000 likes? And I want 3,000 comments. Every time, I want to see, guys, this has never happened before. Every like matched with a comment down below. And let's see if we can get to 3,000, but your comment has to be specific. It has to be, who do you guys think is going to win the Super Bowl? So let's go jump into this. We have Vegas on the line. This is the beginning of the year. So in the AFC East, we're going to start with the AFC East. We have the Buffalo Bills at 100-1. For those intrepid readers who aren't regular gamblers, I mean the $100 bet on Super Bowl would win 10 grand. That one, like, I don't know. I feel like they did end up making the playoffs, so I feel like that's a little far-fetched. I feel like they outperformed their odds. They are obviously not going to win the Super Bowl, so if you made that bet, probably didn't do too much. The Miami Dolphins, when it started, I was going to mention the Dolphins are 10-6 playoffs here, and the team's talent on both offense and defense. The Dolphins really, really underperformed. They weren't great this year. They had Jay Cutler at quarterback, and it wasn't a super pretty sight. I would say that the Bills should have been higher odds than them. New England Patriots 15-4. That's crazy. That is crazy. And those odds are tough to look at because you're like, what on earth does that mean? Well, you take 4, 8, 12, 16. There's like I don't know. There's around a little bit less, like a 26, 27, about 30% chance that the Patriots were going to win. That's pretty accurate because right now they're at a point where they have about a 25% chance of winning. And I would say they have a pretty good chance against the Jags, so we'll see. The New York Jets, from the best odds in NFL to the worst, the New York Jets are one of the 3 teams that will net a better 20 grand off a $100 bet. That's accurate, yeah. Good job, Vegas. See what I mean? The house always wins. They just know what they're talking about when it comes to this stuff. The Jets were really bad. The NFC East, Dallas Cowboys 12-1. That's where it all went wrong. That's where Vegas was, and I honestly would have thought the Cowboys would have had a better season too. They weren't awful, but like they weren't great. Last year they had so much promise in so much of the season where it was like, okay, the Cowboys are going to be legit this year, but they definitely just underperformed a little bit. The New York Giants 22-1. I feel like that was an underperformance too when you think about the fact with what the Bills were. I gotta take a break. I have chicken in the oven. I'll be right back. So you're probably wondering right now, TDBarrett, why did you take a break to get chicken in the oven? The fire thing always goes off. If I don't get there, it's just gonna go out and it's gonna be awkward. The alarm's gonna go off in the background. The chicken is out of the oven. In case you guys are wondering. New York Giants 22-1. That's a mistake, I would say. And the Philadelphia Eagles 50-1. So if you think the Giants had twice as good as odds as the Eagles, who are playing amazing and who are actually in the field, so that's definitely one of the biggest surprises. I think Carson Wentz, his rookie performance, what are they saying? Last year before Carson, remember he's rookie quarterback and the team faded down the stretch. He had a really, really good start in his rookie season, and I felt like he looked amazing. And then Goff had a good thing too. Curious to see what the Rams were, because I imagine their odds were really, really low. Redskins 50-1, they were not good. So the Redskins and the Eagles had the exact same odds. AFC North going over there, Baltimore Ravens 40-1. Missed the playoffs their second straight season. That's pretty accurate. Bengals, this division sucked. Cleveland Browns 200-1, and Steelers 12-1. Those are good odds for the Steelers. Why was my voice so messed up? I don't know. The Steelers were missing something this year. I don't know what it was. I wasn't really betting. I did bet on them to go to the Super Bowl in my first ever Super Bowl predictions. Don't judge me. They have the most talent. That's why I'm not do I like Mike Tomlin? Yes. Do I think he does the best with what he has? No. I think he's got an elite quarterback, an elite running back, the best receiver in the league, and a pretty good defense, and they just really struggle to they haven't done anything in quite a few years. And a lot of people say it's going to go down as one of the worst, other than the Packers, one of the most disappointing runs for an elite quarterback, even though they have done really, really well. Not taking anything against them. Chicago Bears 100-1. That's really, really accurate. Detroit Lions 66-1. We have the Packers 15-2. And they were just a huge disappointment because that's those are better odds than the Steelers. In case you guys are wondering, in case you guys don't know how this works, that is about a 2 in 14 chance would be I don't know. I'm trying to do the math. Minnesota Vikings 33-1. They outperformed that because they're obviously here. AFC South. This is where the Titans come in. The Texans were terrible. Okay? No Texans. Finally, they were not the top-rated team out of that. Colts 40-1. Jaguars 100-1. And the Tennessee Titans, they actually gave us some respect. And I respect that. But look at the Jacksonville Jaguars. 100-1 chance of making the Super Bowl. Now, I love that stuff, man. I really, really genuinely love that. That's what I love about sport. And I always talk about like my favorite things about sports. I love the underdog. I think the underdog is one of the most, it's just so exciting to see like a team or something that wasn't supposed to be anything just amount to something great. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about sports in general. So good for them. Titans 40-1. NFC South, we're getting here. Atlanta 16-1. They did have a good year. Carolina 22-1. They had a good year as well. So those are pretty accurate. The Saints 40-1 and the Bucks. Saints is the only one where it could have been a lot higher. They definitely outperformed 40-1 odds. AFC West. Oh, the Raiders would have been high. Broncos, Kansas City Chiefs. How did they do? I feel like they made the playoffs, but then something happened. I feel like they made the playoffs, and then something happened.
To the line of scrimmage, maybe across the line. It deflects back to him for a touchdown for the moment.
To them. I don't know. I feel like they may have made the playoffs, and something may have happened to that team. Was it the Titans? I don't know. LA Chargers 75-1. Oakland Raiders 12-1 odds. So they had the same as the Steelers. Big disappointments. My friends are Raiders fans, so I've been like teasing them all the time. Cardinals 33, Rams 150-1. Oh my gosh. And they were like killing it. They were really, really killing it throughout the beginning of the year. Like they were studded up. 49ers 200-1, Seahawks 12-1, and they had a bad year. Okay, next thing we're going to look at is just straight up like bold predictions. Actually, we should just go back here together. We should look at this together, okay? Look, someone made a huge odds picks for the Super Bowl bets. You got to look back and like look at the dates of these articles. So if we go like September 8th, 2018 Super Bowl odds for week 1, Seahawks Packers favorites. Look at this. Favorites in NFC. No. So this is just the same Vegas. So I want some like bold predictions. Vikings are Vegas' current in the NFC to win the Super Bowl. That's actually pretty good. But yeah, I gotta find some beginning of the year stuff. Vegas Super Bowl. No, I don't want Vegas. I just want Super Bowl predictions. This is how I gotta switch it up. Predictions beginning of year. Is everyone saying? Super Bowl predictions. Okay, right here. NFL. Oh, Sports Illustrated. Yes, that's what I want. They usually have like a bunch of experts who do they all pick their guy. Monday morning quarterback. Super Bowl predictions. This video. Okay, I'm gonna see you guys when I find it because this is just awkward. Okay, so Albert Breer. This is Albert Breer. He had Jacksonville, Tennessee, KC, Buffalo. That's actually really good. This guy low-key killed it. All those teams were in the playoffs. He had Pittsburgh, New England at the top. Really smart. He had Tennessee playing New England. Shout out to this dude. Oh my gosh, Albert, you studded it up in the AFC, but then in the NFC, you just decided to not care and just stop trying. He predicted the LA Rams to make the playoffs. I don't think many people would have done that. Shout out to this guy for that. New Orleans, he had going there. Then we had Philadelphia, Dallas, Philadelphia, Seattle. He had Seattle going further. My dad's a big Seahawks fan, so I've followed the whole Seahawks season. That's probably the team that I watched the second most. And I don't super dislike them. But I'm not like the biggest Seahawks fan in the world, I wouldn't say. Yesterday's a big Ben. Okay, Jenny Varentis, she had similar, but she had Philadelphia actually winning the Super Bowl, which is crazy. She had Jacksonville, Tennessee once again. So a lot of teams were predicting that. I was shocked. I didn't think people really, like Vegas didn't really have a lot of confidence in Jacksonville, but apparently all the writers did, which is pretty cool. KC, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, KC, New England, Jacksonville, New England, Pittsburgh. It's close, but not quite. They have New England going to the Super Bowl, which definitely could happen. They have Philly going to the Super Bowl, which could happen, and Philly winning. So this person right here, good for you. Really, really good for you. I'm quite proud of whoever did this one because they are very, very close. Shout out to Jenny Varentis. That is a playoff bracket like if I've ever seen one, and this is awesome. Okay, Robert Klemko. He had Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Jacksonville, Oakland. What's crazy, like one of the weirdest things is none of these people thought that Oakland was gonna like make the playoffs, which is weird because you would have thought at the beginning of the year, oh, Oakland's like a shoo-in. They must see something we don't. I'm pretty these people see something we don't. Oakland, Jacksonville, Buffalo, Pitt, New England, and Buffalo. Buffalo made the playoffs, so shout out to them. KC, Jacksonville, that's awesome. KC, New England. A lot of people had Seattle winning again, and like I honestly I never really root against Seattle. Like I don't like them, but just because everyone in my family likes them, so like I said, I know a lot about this team. They didn't have it this year. Their O-line play is terrible. Russell Wilson was literally a drop back, look around, and scramble. And he wasn't really super comfortable in the pocket. I don't think he had his greatest season ever. I definitely see them bouncing back, though. They have a good coach in Pete Carroll. But you can see what, they they're going to be good in the next couple of years. It's not like Seattle's done, but they had Atlanta, they had Dallas going all the way to the NFC Championship, which did not quite happen. They had New Orleans making it. Okay, let's see how many more of these do we got. We got Greg Bishop. Gregory, shout out to anyone who put Tennessee in the playoffs. I respect anyone. KC, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Buffalo, New England, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, KC, New England, KC, Philadelphia, Seattle, Philadelphia, New England, LA Rams, Seattle, New Orleans, Dallas, Minnesota, Seattle, Philadelphia, Dallas, and they had New England win the Super Bowl. This one is very, very accurate. They had Pittsburgh losing. Like, just forget about these teams. Imagine they have Jacksonville going and playing Pitt instead, and then Tennessee and Buffalo. Those are so close. It's not even funny. The only big error on this guy is him having Seattle go that far and having Minnesota go out round one to Seattle. That was his biggest error in the whole thing, was having that. But other than that, this dude was really, really quite on it. A really, really good bracket, I would say, by him. Let's go down. We got Andy Benoit. We have Tennessee, Miami. This dude, this guy destroyed this bracket. He did, but he also killed it, because he predicted Philadelphia and Minnesota in the NFC. He destroyed the AFC. It wasn't great, but that prediction is super solid. Like, without Jacksonville going in and kind of being a spoiler, this dude actually would have been pretty good. The only random one that he had was Miami and Oakland. Those two were obviously incorrect. Did not think Jacksonville. I don't think many people did think Jacksonville at the beginning of the year just because of Bortles and stuff. You kind of just think. And plus, Jacksonville is just kind of associated with failure. Let's be honest. And this is why I love seeing that team do well. For my whole life, at least, it's been New England's the best. Jacksonville sucks. It's just kind of the way it goes. So seeing that's awesome. Pittsburgh, New England, Philadelphia, New England. I think we're getting Jonathan Jones. How many more? We got a lot of these. Okay, we're going to have to start going a little faster. Tennessee, Buffalo, KC, Oakland, New England, KC. This guy is close, but also had Seattle going a little bit too far. Let's see if any of these guys are perfect. Philadelphia, New Orleans. This guy, whoa, you killed it. Other than Seattle, he killed it on that side. He killed it on this side other than KC. He had Tennessee going out round one. And then he had New England, KC, which is going to be New England, Jacksonville. A lot of people picked Philadelphia, which I didn't know that so many people had really that much confidence in them. I think this guy, he's going with New England, Super Bowl champion. Pretty basic bracket. He did have Tennessee and Jacksonville in there, but then he also had Carolina going all the way in Seattle. Seattle ruined a lot of people's playoff brackets this year. Like, it really, really did. Mark Moravec had Baltimore. Ooh, that's the first time I've seen Baltimore in there. New England, Baltimore, and on the AFC, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh winning. This guy had a similar idea as me that Pittsburgh would take it all this year. We were both wrong. This one, great bracket. Minnesota winning the whole thing. Jacksonville making it to this round. That one is really, really well done with Tennessee in there as well. The Rams, Detroit is what kind of messes him up, though, a little bit. Here we have Philadelphia, New England, Pittsburgh. Just all these spoilers. It keeps being Pittsburgh. No one has Jacksonville there. I haven't seen one person who has Jacksonville there. Philadelphia, LA Rams. Andrew, what does he have? New England, KC. He has Philadelphia. A lot of people are picking Philly. So respect. So respect to those. I'm dead. Just I can't stop laughing in my head right now. I cannot stop laughing. This dude, Kansas City, poor Kansas City. You had so many hopefuls, Kansas City. You really, really did. Jacob Feldman had Pittsburgh, New England, all of these teams. Let's see. There's so many people at Sports Illustrated. It's not even funny. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, John DeParito, New England, KC. Okay, let's see. And that is going to be it for the Sports Illustrated predictions. Let's see if we can find one more guy's prediction. Let's see if anyone got it completely right. At the beginning of the year. Correct. Did anyone get a completely full bracket? News. I think you'd have to check news for this, because that's probably where you're going to have the best success finding out. No one's saying the Jags. This will be the last thing we type in. Did anyone pick the Jags in Super Bowl bracket? I don't see any article that's Jaguars and NFC champion. I just don't see that, so I think that one will be kind of spoiler. This video was really fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys all so much for watching. God bless each and every one of you. Have a great day, and I will see you all next time.